Okay, the recording for the Special Project Standing Building Committee, March 28th, 5:15 p.m. has begun.
Okay. I'm going to call it to order. It's just about 5:15, 5:16. The next item on the agenda would be the minutes from November 29th and from February 7th. And I'd just like to just approve them without much as submitted.
I actually have a question. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. I had to have this screen on. The November 29th. Next one. Sorry, which one is it? Yeah, on November 29th, under Section 7, the here and consider on the invoices, I have that AIA document G702. Wasn't that for commercial roofing, not for Hibbert and Rosa Architects?
That would be correct, Jane.
Okay. I just saw a big number for an architect, and I went back to my notes.
Yeah, his whole contract was not that much.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
All right, so we have to alter that and put it in today's minutes.
Yeah, someone could make an amendment and second it.
All right,
Okay.
Jane, make the amendment.
Which one am I on now? Wait a minute. Wait, that's that. Where'd it go? I hereby make an amendment to revise the meeting minutes from November 29th, 2021, Section 7, the first sentence, to change application 006 from Hibbert and Rosa Architects to change to commercial roofing. Anybody second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right, all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, I heard 4.
Okay. That's it.
All right, anything else? Any other comments and notes about the minutes? All right, I make a motion to approve them.
Rich, we have to do them separately because I was not here on the 7th February.
Oh, okay. All right. Make a motion to approve the November 29th, 2021 minutes as submitted. Aye.
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 Okay. And on the February 7th, 2022, make a motion to approve as submitted.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried, all 4. All right, that's it on the minutes. Item number 3 is to hear and consider and approve invoices. Gerald, any invoices?
It's Gerald Foley, no invoices.
Okay, so that takes care of that. Next item on the agenda is to hear an update on the changes to Robert Ludlow Middle School roof bid alterations. So that's
Hi,
Sal.
everybody. Sal Morbido. Good evening. So at our last meeting, we had a lot of discussion, and what ended up happening was the base contract for Silktown was approved. So along with that, and as you remember, it was slightly above.
Pending availability of funds?
Yep, and the update on that is a supplemental account from the Board of Ed was put forward so that the contract could be written and approved by Board of Selectmen, and the Board of Selectmen approved that a couple of weeks ago. So along with that, now, as we had discussed last meeting but did not act upon or have all the information, there's a bid alternate that that the building committee, it will be recommended that you take the deduct for bid alternate number 4, which was not to replace the smoke hatches as they are still in good condition. That saves $16,000. There is a letter that was included with your package from Silktown with some value engineering items, deducts, and one of them is a deduct. Number 1 was for $76,500, and that's to reuse existing insulation. The state will allow us to do that. We've had communication with them, and they're on board with that type of change order and savings. The other value engineering deduct that we would recommend to you is deduct number 2, which is to leave in place 5 of the, I believe it's a total of, there's 14 rooftop units, and 5 of them we're going to leave in place and not raise them because we will have sufficient flashing height with the revised insulation configuration, and that's a savings of $97,800.
What was the total? Sorry.
Okay, so the total of these deducts.
No. I'm sorry, Sal. 5 are going to be raised. How many were not raised?
Ken, there was a total of 14 units.
Right. Oh, okay. So
I believe there was a total of 14 rooftop units. 5 of them on the gymnasium roofs don't have to be raised. We have sufficient flashing height.
Hi, yes, this is Ken. Yes, Sal, you are correct.
Okay.
With that number.
Thank you, Ken.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Sal, can I just ask you, I just was trying to write, alternate to delete the roof hatches, was that 16,000?
The smoke hatches.
Smoke hatches.
Bid alternate deduct number 4 was a savings of $16,000.
Okay, just want to make sure I have the number right.
160,000.
Yeah, okay. So you said the flashing, the ones don't have to be raised because the flashing is sufficient, and as with a redesign of the insulation? Or what?
The revised installation leaves sufficient flashing height.
Okay, so due to revised insulation. Revised meaning reuse.
Reuse and supplementing it has sufficient flashing height. It's high enough above the roofing.
Okay.
And then there would be one other minor change that we would be making. That's a no-cost revision, and that is to change what is listed in the documents as a $17,280 metal deck replacement allowance. We would change the wording on that to metal decking replacement or insulation replacement allowance, and I'll explain that after I review the infrared scan that we did. I'll explain why that's going. So, with those recommended deducts, you would end up with you would be below your funding. Total of the contract after the deducts would be $2,826,200, which leaves you a contingency of $141,600 $7 plus a $17,280 deck allowance. So that makes us very comfortable. If you approve all of these, that would make it a very comfortable contingency to work with. So the way that we got here, at the last meeting, we discussed about doing infrared scan so that we can find out how much wet insulation there is up there to replace. So if you look in your packet, there is a infrared scan report that was done via Silver Petrocelli by a company called JJC Drones. And long and short of it is they found some wet insulation.
I'm sorry, where's that packet you're referring to?
It was emailed out with the agenda and the...
It was a PDF.
It's a PDF. As the minutes that you just approved.
Okay, I got the minutes.
And it's
marked 3/28/22 backup for SBC meeting.
Oh, got it. I didn't scroll down enough. Thank you.
Okay. And it would be like on page, PDF page, starting on page number 8. So anyway, they found across the roughly 90,000 square feet worth of roofing, they found approximately 2,500 square feet of insulation that shows up as wet. That value engineering deduct for reusing the insulation takes that into account. So we're not going to pay for that later. What the contingency would be for is if we find more, which is possible because an infrared scan is not perfect. So we find once the roof membrane comes off, they may find more wet insulation or defective insulation. So that's not accounted for in that deduct. So we set up a contingency so that we can move rather quickly. If there was a change to be had, we would reach out to Mr. Special and work out change orders for insulation from the allowance and notify the building committee.
Okay.
I would just add to that, Sal, you and I discussed this about the state as that's not going to cause any problem for us getting a reimbursement, and it's allowed by the state.
No, we've been in contact with Kermit Thompson, who is one of the reviewers. He actually has the infrared scan. He was actually quite happy that we're going through the process with him. So he thanked us for looping him in.
But Sal, do you have that in writing? Because we asked that last time at the meeting that we would.
Yes, Ken has some response emails from OSCGNR on this. So we're, all they want is us to bring back information that the manufacturer will give us a full edge-to-edge at least a 20-year warranty, which we have a letter of that effect to give them with the submission, and they wanted the infrared scan. So they got one of those two documents. We just got the letter from the manufacturer today. So we have what they have asked for, and we would do it once you approve the deduct. We would do the formal change order paperwork. It's a kind of a chicken and the egg thing. They've indicated that they will approve it, and they told us what we need. We have what we need, short of your approval.
So Sal, could that just be crafted maybe by you or by maybe have the legal department look at it just to make sure, like, when you send that stuff in? And I mean, I don't know, when I did this as a project manager, I never wanted to wait for anybody to send me a letter. So I always just wrote up my own thing and said, this is to confirm everything. This is what you asked for. We're giving it to you now. So we are proceeding. Something, whatever those legal words are. But just a CYA here, because we've had things happen before in this town that somebody doesn't come back later.
That's actually what the submission of the paperwork is.
Right, but there'll be a document along with that confirming that this is what you asked for, this is what you're getting, and you have approved us proceeding. I'm just saying, just to kind of cover everything.
Correct.
But by the same token, Ken, do you need to be involved in that with paper-wise or what?
I'm sorry, what was that last part? Again, this is Ken.
Yeah. Do you need, in all of that discussion, that submittals to the state, do you need to be involved in that? Is that part of your bailiwick? Do we need the paperwork from you as well?
Yes, we create the actual change order and the change order that the state requires, and we will use everything that we have received that Sal had mentioned as attachments within this paperwork. So, again, I'll be working in conjunction with Sal by producing these forms to submit.
Okay. Just Jennifer, this has been a lot to digest. Did you get all of this down?
I think so, yeah. Plus this is recorded, so I can go back and listen.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure that. Okay, it's quite a bit to digest here. So. All right.
So along with the along with the roof infrared scan report, Ken also prepared a simplified roof plan to show the areas of replacement, and that would be page 34 of 35 of the PDF, just to show you the how we're categorizing where the basically, so that when we're stripping the roof, we're not going to say, gee whiz, we're paying for the same replacement twice. We're homed in on where the wet insulation is and where they're replacing it, and if there's extra, it's to avoid an argument in the field. So Ken did take care of that. The very last page of the PDF is a letter from Silktown that's outlining those deducts that I've already spoken to you about, just so that there's their proposal. So with that, I would ask that the building committee makes a motion or motions to accept the proposed deducts that I had outlined. And I can review those for you to do them one at a time.
Can you tell me, Sal, you said that there were some, Board of Ed put some more money into the budget. So what is the number now of the budget?
Well, now that you don't, in order to get the contract approved, the Board of Ed assigned a account that brought the total of everything up to $3.1 million.
Okay, that's what we discussed last time. Okay.
That was last time. That was an interim step.
Right.
Because we did not know these VE deducts.
Right.
So now,
are they taking that money back out of the budget?
Yeah, that account will not be used. Will end up not being used because you have more than a sufficient money.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is our budget now?
Okay, so the funding, there is a bond that includes $2,967,207.
Oh, that's where that $7 came from. Okay.
For the Roger Ludlow roof replacement project.
Okay. Can I request, Gerald, that we have at the next meeting, a spreadsheet with the budget and what we spent so far and all that kind of fun stuff?
Yes. Ms. Gerald, yes.
Thank you.
All right, Sal, you offered to recapitulate everything so that we can approve it, because it's just,
Right.
I think you had it.
Yeah, why don't we do them one at a time?
Yeah,
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
certainly, absolutely.
All right.
Ed, as well as anybody else that has a question.
Real quick. So we have, in Silktown's letter, they talk about a deduct of $17,280 for the metal deck and insulation. And Sal, the alternate number 1 is $16,400. How do you classify the $16,400 again?
It was $16,000 even. That was a deduct for not replacing the smoke hatches.
That's the smoke hatches. Got it. Okay.
All right. The
16.
The third item that Silktown put on that email was they offered as a VE item. They listed, gee whiz, if you really need to get under some number, you can deduct the allowance. I don't think that we would want to do that.
I agree.
We would get it back later if we don't use it.
Yeah,
correct.
that makes sense.
We just don't know. That's the unknown. Metal deck insulation, we just don't know.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So the first item for the building committee to act upon would be to accept deduct alternate number 4, leaving the smoke hatches in place for a deduct of $16,000.
All right, I make a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion that alternate number 4 for $16,000 for the replacement of the smoke hatches is removed because we're not going to replace the smoke hatches.
Right, it's a deduct for not replacing the smoke hatches.
Correct.
Al, can you repeat that, please?
I said I make a motion that we alternate number 4 for $16,000 is accepted to not remove smoke hatches.
Okay.
All right.
The deduct.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. We have a second. That was Steve, I think, right?
That was Chuck Oliveri seconding the motion.
Oh, Chuck. Okay. All right. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 I can't tell. Is that everybody? I'm sure.
Okay.
Any against? Okay, none. All right. Motion carries. Go ahead, Sal.
Okay. The next one is to accept from the value engineering deduct number 1 from Silktown's March 22nd, 2002 letter or proposal, reuse existing insulation for a deduct savings of $76,500.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to accept from Silktown Roofing's letter dated March 22nd, 2022 from Ken Lindsley for value engineering ideas of item number 1, which is to reuse existing insulation for a net.
Wait. The letter is from Steve Pumphrey.
The one I'm looking at says Ken Lindsley.
It's to Ken.
Lindsley.
Oh, so at the bottom, Steve Pumphrey. Thank you.
Yep.
So letter written from Steve Pumphrey of Silktown Roofing that item number 1 is accepted as a value engineering item as the deduct for $76,500.
Okay, do we have a second? All right, I'll second it. All in favor? Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, that motion carried. Go ahead, Sal.
Okay, the next one is, same letter, March 22nd, 2002, Steve Pumphrey of Silktown Roofing, VE, proposed value engineering deduct number 2 for $97,800, which is to not raise 5 rooftop units on roof G and H.
Okay, five of the 14 I would insert in there.
Right. That is correct.
All right, I make a motion to approve it. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, thank you.
Motion carried.
Okay, and last on Silktown would be to change, zero cost change the deck.
Description of the contract allowance.
Yep, the description of the contract allowance for deck replacement, and change that to deck and/or roof insulation replacement allowance.
I'll second that.
So moved.
Yeah, it's about 17,200, isn't it the
Well, you
amount?
got to do.
Well, you're not deducting that. I wouldn't put
No,
that
we're
in the
not
motion.
deducting it, we're just changing the description for
The wording, right, which is what Rich
No,
said.
okay.
I'll second
That's
it.
so moved.
All right, so moved. All right. And we have a second with any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, that's it. Motion carried. Approved.
Super, thank you, everybody. So now the next part we need to talk about is Silver Petroselli.
Okay.
Before the bond was issued, Fairfield Public Schools issued Silver Petroselli a purchase order for design and bid assistance, and we did that out of Board of Ed operating funds. There's still a purchase order to be given to Silver Petroselli for construction administration services, $8,000, and that would be per bid 2021-40. So I'm not sure if Gerald just needs a sense of the board or needs a motion. Gerald,
We need a bill. We need a bill, right? I mean, that's a
No,
bill.
this is to issue them a PO for their construction administration. It's
Okay.
the PO they have now did not carry that.
Okay, so we need to issue them a new PO from the committee.
Correct. For $8,000 for construction administration on the Roger Ludlow Middle School roof project.
Okay.
Well, can we approve that without having the PO? Or do we need to see that, or we can just do that now? Or
No.
You're
think we
approving
have to have
for a
the
PO to be issued.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
And
Okay.
actually, that doesn't require. I mean, Gerald just does that. We don't get anything on that until it's submitted to us, right? For approval.
Right. I just wanted to bring it up that that would be issued.
Okay.
There is one more thing. We put the cart before the horse, just because we were moving quickly last month. If you go to page 7 of 35 of your PDF, in order to get the VE items from Silktown, we needed to have an infrared scan done. So that's an additional service we spoke about doing it, but we didn't have the proposal last month. So we're playing catch up. There's Silver Petroselli needs a change order of $31.70 to pay for the infrared scan.
So
And that proposal is
3,170.
dated February 25th and is page 7 of 35 in your packet.
Okay. So what we're doing is approving a change order to Silver Petroselli's contract, and then they would invoice us for that, or is
Correct.
it all in one? Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
We're catching up on paperwork for Silver Petroselli.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have to make a motion to approve that, and I make the motion to approve that.
Well,
3,170?
Oh,
It's not a bill,
Oh.
it's the proposal, right?
It does
So it's-
change order to the, yeah.
It's a change order to their contract, Al.
Okay, but but then we'll see the invoice later.
Correct.
Fair enough.
Correct.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so we make a motion.
Okay, I already did. Okay, so we have the motion made. Do I have a second?
and I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
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 No opposed. I don't hear any opposed. Okay, motion carried.
Very good.
Is that it? Is that it, Sal? Anything further?
That's
or
it
anybody
on
want-
Roger Ludlow Middle School. I do have something under new business to just informational,
Okay.
but we are
All right.
done with Roger Ludlow Middle School tonight.
Okay. Anybody have anything that everybody satisfied with Sal's? Okay.
Well, we're not
commentary.
satisfied with Sal, but yes, the information provided is fine.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's good that you missed it.
Okay. I'll take your word.
All right. We're moving on to new business, all right? Next item. So go
Okay,
ahead, Sal.
All right, the next item. In the bond, we put in funding, additional funding in the bond that pays for Roger Ludlow Roofing. We put enough money in there so that we can issue purchase orders again to Silver Petroselli because they won the bid for design services for McKinley roof replacement and for Roger Sherman roof replacement design. Those were bid out. We want to get those designs done so that come this fall, we would get everything in place so that we can file with the state and be super early with bidding these out. And when I'm saying super early, ideally I'd like to see those out on the street, say October-ish, so that we would have our bids in hand and approved by this building committee, say by December, or at least by the end of the year, because the supply chain problems still persist, and they're not getting much better on some items, including roofing. So I just wanted to let you know those POs will be going out. There's no action to be taken at this point, other than I'm just informing you that those purchase orders would be issued as intended by the bond.
So, Sal, you're not anticipating that there would be a regular building committee forms for that? This could come under our Valley Works special projects?
Well, here's the thing. The procedures for every time we go to file for a roof replacement, there's resolutions that are passed by the Board of Selectmen and the RTM that state that a building committee will be established, that we can design, do preliminary design, and that we can file for a state grant. It's at that time that roof projects are typically assigned to the Special Project Standing Building Committee. So I'm assuming that's what's going to happen in the fall when we get to that particular juncture. I don't have a crystal ball to say 100%. It's not my call, but I'm just telling you how things normally seem to work.
Okay, good. This,
All right.
this is
So you're
FYI.
basically
so-
advising us of some upcoming projects.
Yeah, just letting you know what's coming down the pike.
Sure.
We have roofs every year. It just happens that the 2023 would have 2 roof projects going on simultaneously. That
Okay.
would add up to about the same square footage as Roger Ludlow.
Okay.
Okay.
It's nice information to have, and we'll see how it goes. The other item on the new business is Jennifer and I were talking about this a little bit about right now. I'm talking to you. I'm in the Cayman Islands, and
Lucky you.
Oh, poor guy.
So tough.
Does that mean we get to go to the Cayman Islands for the next meeting?
Go.
on the
Well,
town,
right.
of course.
Absolutely. No other way.
yeah, I almost knocked over my margarita. Now take it easy, wait.
Ah.
Recorded for
I thought you were a
posterity.
pina colada guy.
So anyhow, what we were talking about was future meetings where we would actually meet some of the new people and see one another. And what's the general sentiment about this? I mean, I think it's
Do
probably
we still
going to
have to
continue.
wear masks in there?
I hope
No,
not.
masks are optional, and if most of you or all decide to meet in person, there will still be the phone-in option.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still
So
want to
we
wear a
could
mask. I'm vaccinated, boosted, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we will all. But all right. So just that's kind of like just a general consensus. I don't think it's going to change. My personal thing is I don't think it's going to change very much because I've been doing this way remotely for like 5 years now. So, but not always remotely. But I was using Skype years and years ago on Penfield Pavilion. So it's I don't know. Anybody have any comments or how they feel about it or what?
Would love to meet in
I'm fine.
person.
I'm fine with meeting in person.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that you, Steve?
Yes, Steve Kornicek.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Are you back next? Are you back the next month, Rich?
No, I'll be back in 2 days. I'm coming back Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So so it's just that's it. And but not that it's whatever. I'll be back in 2 days.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Whatever. I just can't take this every day. It's 82 degrees, sunny, breezy.
No, it's so hard.
Poor
That
guy.
must be very monotonous.
So monotonous every day. Same thing. All right.
Feel for you, Rich.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. Okay, so it looks like I think we would have it sometime in the near future. Then certainly probably not during the summer, or maybe as soon during the spring. Maybe here we'll do it. Okay. Anything further? Okay, moving on to old business. Any old business? Okay. Al Kelly, would you like to adjourn the meeting here?
Why? Because I'm the old guy?
Yeah.
I'll
veteran.
make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, I second. Okay, all in favor. Good night.
Aye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Take care,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody. Take care.
Okay, good night. Thank you.
Good night, Jen.
Night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.